you're still doing B2B lead generation manually, you are leaving money on the table. Today, I'm gonna show you how to build an automated lead generation system in clay.com that will find high intent leads real time, score those leads based on relevance, and enriches them with key data without hiring third-party virtual assistants, SDRs, paying for expensive tech. Now, we'll be using actual project data, AI filtering to rank the best leads and making sure that we're only reaching out to qualified leads in this process, then sending them straight into your sending tool or potentially your CRM. This is the same strategy that I use at my agency, levergrowth.io, to help our over 35 B2B clients generate 10 plus qualified sales opportunities every single month on autopilot. Now, if you're looking for a repeatable system to fill your pipeline, then let's dive into it. All right, so by the end of this video, you'll know how to use an RSS feed for lead sourcing. We will apply AI filtering to remove all bad fit leads. We will enrich data with LinkedIn and emails. We will then score and prioritize our leads for outreach, and then I'll show you how to automate the entire process. Here's how we'll do it. 5-step system. First, we'll find trigger-based lead flow. We'll use a RSS feed, which I'll share in a second, how to pull real-time net new leads. We'll filter for relevance. As I mentioned, we'll use AI to eliminate anything that's irrelevant. And then we'll create a scoring model to prioritize those top leads, get rid of the bad ones. So you're only focusing your effort on quality, qualified leads that could actually be a customer. And then again, we'll automate the outreach. So now let's hop into the demo. So I'm gonna give a real world example. In this particular case, we have a target who is a company that is recently signing a new office lease. So you can assume that if they're signing a new office space, they're expanding their business, they have various business needs as a result of this growth. It could be literally anything. They're probably adding headcount. They maybe have new departments. Maybe they're launching new products. It's going to be dependent on your exact use case, but I'm going to share this specific one here. So let's dive into it. So first, like an RSS feed, if you're curious, it's a really simple syndication. So it's a feed of information that's delivered automatically. So RSS feeds are generated by websites. You can also create them for news, regular news briefings. So like a good one that's pretty typical that people will use is Google News. So this is effectively an RSS feed. So you can create a search, office leasing, and here we go. In this case, it can show you all the different articles posted across the web within a certain time frame, right? So you can create a very, very specific search using your Boolean search criteria, but I've already built one. So I'm going to share you kind of what that looks like here. So in this case, we'll look at the RSS feed. I have a source here. And so this is my feed, and this is what the actual RSS feed looks like in practice. Cool. So in this case, this is searching commercialobserver.com specifically. I just know that this is a website that is very popular for commercial real estate. So basically what we'll be doing here is consistently searching for new leasing data from Commercial Observer. So that's going to be running on a schedule. You can have this done manually. You can set a schedule. You can do it every single day. You can do it multiple times a day, weekly, monthly, what have you. So in this case, right, it's pulling this data down as it comes. It will give us a couple things. In this case, we have the title, we have the link, and we have some basic content, right? So the most important thing that we'll need is ultimately the link, because the link is what we'll use to actually analyze what's going on in the copy, right? So I'll share a little bit about what this one is here. So I created a basic prompt using the OpenAI 4.0 mini enrichment. So the way you do that, add enrichment, OpenAI, easy enough. So in this case, the prompt is given an article link, extract the name of the company that has signed a new lease. Here's the title of the company, here's the description, and then here's an objective. So identify the company mentioned the article that has signed a new lease, extract the company name and confirm it is not the publishing source or another reference organization. Find the LinkedIn company page for the company mentioned, find the company's domain, website. Then summarize what the article is about in less than 20 words, and then I've given it a format. And so in this case, I've also given it a JSON schema that it'll basically use to map its results. So this is a hack to get really consistent, structured results and I'll show you what they look like in a second. But if you have unstructured data over here, so all of these articles are going to look a little bit different. This is going to allow you to consolidate the structured data and make it consistent so you can do it at scale effectively. So, right, here's the summary that we're pulling from. Right, so here's the article, the domain of the company name, right? So Ateros.com. Ateros is expanding its office space at the Lever House. So let's actually click into the article and see. All right, so this is Commercial Observer, private equity firm, Ateros expands 22K at the Lever House. That's exactly what we found. And so let's see if this company LinkedIn page is correct. It's also correct. Looking good so far. So you can obviously check this over time, but here we go, right? So we have our company name, we have our company LinkedIn, we have our company domain. So in terms of building lists and creating your enrichments and your qualifications, I recommend looking at LinkedIn company pages because there's always going to be some data that the company provides in terms of its overview, and it's structured the same. So like when you're actually doing the prompting and trying to find this information, it's going to be consistent. And so you're never going to be spending a lot of money to find a consistent output, right? So it'll give you this overview here about what the company actually does, right? So again, that's a little bit, that's not Regis, this is Ateros. Let's see them again. So they're an independent strategic investment company focused on supporting growth-oriented businesses. All right, cool. We want to find what the company actually does. So we have a pretty basic prompt in here just saying, hey, go to this company LinkedIn page, give me the company description. And as you can see, it pulls it up right here. It's exactly the same. So what we'll want to do next is take a look. All right, so we have company headcount, company location, and company industry, all the things that we looked for. And the way that we're actually getting these into these different columns is by selecting the response, and then you just like add as a column. So you can take a look at that. Then what you'll want to do here is some kind of a score. So you can score a million different ways. In this case, we're going to be scoring based on, their headcount, the industry fit score, and the location score, and a revenue score just based on the company and the industry that it's in. And so this will give you a compiled rating. And if they don't have the rating, it's not qualified. If they do have the proper rating, it's qualified. So in this case, I think it's going to be 5 or greater, right? So if there's a cumulative score of 5 or greater, then good. If the score is below 5, then. So this can be really manipulated based on your own use case, and it really should be. The key with ICP is you don't necessarily need to get as complex and into the weeds as this. What you might want to start with is, hey, is this B2B? Is this B2C? Is this B2B SaaS? Is this ad industry here, right? Starting with industries are usually a pretty good fit. And then, like if they are of the certain company size, then that's also one that I would look for. But right, you can create a complex algorithm as needed. So in this case, I'm creating a little personalization. So what we've done actually is we've gone and we're looking up against the company description and the article summary and basically just saying like, hey, like let's create some icebreaker first line about the office space that the company just took. So in this case, right, since they're qualified, it's running. I just saw the article about Regis leasing that former WeWork space in Miami, and it got me thinking about how enter relevant context about the offer, and then thought I'd reach out because I believe there's an opportunity to keep your spaces vibrant and consistent, right? This is going to impact our employee level, so we'll apply the personalization down to the employee, which I'll share in just a second. So now we have our companies mapped. We've qualified the companies. Anybody who's qualified gets personalization in terms of first line. Now let's find the actual employees. So there's a bunch of ways you can do this. You can then take the domains and import them into a tool like Apollo. You can do it entirely inside of Clay, where you hit actions, and then you select find more people, and then you select the type of person that you're looking for in this case, right? So you type in their job title, CEO, founder, etc., right? And then that's one way to do it. But you can also do an employee search online using ChatGPT. So in this case, we've actually collected 5 different employees. In this case, we're looking for like comms heads. So we found this person, Tanya, head of internal comms based in the UK. This person based in Nigeria may or may not be a great fit. This person is a VP of corporate services, head of employee engagement, and head of brand experience. So all like very relevant individuals for this particular customer. But ultimately it's going to be dependent on your use case. And so the way that you actually do that is by creating a prompt that effectively finds them for you, right? You can find this relevant job title, give them some job titles, and then give it some search parameters, and yep, then it'll find it for you. So after that, we'll want to actually write to another table. So this is a way that you can split up the results into their own rows, so you can go do outreach to multiple people at a company, right? So this company right here, as we're looking at, is Regis, right? Regis is the company level. They found 5 individuals at that company, right? We want to do outreach to all 5 of them. We're going to write them to a new table. And the way that you do that is, again, you had add enrichment, and in this case, a table that we've written to, select the list, and then just select all the relevant data. You map it up and you get added to that next table. So now let's actually go to the table. Okay, so now we're in the find people table. So we have their actual location, we have their name, we've extracted their first name, we have their job title, their LinkedIn profile, we have information from the initial article, right? We have Regis, we have Fidelity, some of these companies that we just looked at. We've pulled through a lot of that data. And again, the first line. So now what we have is a waterfall. So this is the find email waterfall, and this basically just is a basic enrichment. You do this. You do work email, hit that, and it finds the email for you. Then you'll want to validate it, and then you can add additional complexity in terms of personalization, value propositions, overall email strategies, like whatever you're looking to do ultimately. The last step to actually get it fully automated is just attach it to Smart Lead. Add lead to campaign. And so yeah, you just map it in and you push it through, get that campaign set up and launched. But yeah, so that's the process in a nutshell. You go from RSS feed, relevant, intent-based, company level data. You enrich that data, you filter it down, you push it into Smart Lead, and you automatically do outreach to those customers. Now, if you have some ideas on how this could work for you, put it in the comments or book a call with me and we can get you set up with it, and we'll have a quick conversation about your exact situation, what you're looking for, what you're actually looking to achieve over the next 60, 90 days. And at that point, if it's a good fit, we'll move forward. If it's not, point you in the direction of somebody who could ultimately help you. But that's it for the video. I hope you had some value in this one. I will chat to you in the next one. Talk to you then. Peace.